I'm Amy Lou and welcome to my world. Today we're going to be talking about my first time. I'm not going to be talking about my sexual experiences, sorry to disappoint you. It's actually a collection of all your first time experiences. I have a list of things I'm going to talk through with you today on the channel. Yeah, I just thought I would do this as a video response to Louise's video because she's amazing. So I am feeling a little bit intimidated right now by Louise's greatness. Louise, if you're watching this, you know, please don't be too harsh, you'll shy away. Without further ado, let's get on with my first time video. One of the first things I can remember, like quite clearly actually, because something awful happened. I just moved into a new neighbourhood and a couple of people from up top of the road came down to welcome me to the street, which was quite nice. This girl called Claudia, she had her own bike. She was a lot older than me at the time. I'd only just learned how to ride a bike, so I thought it would be a good idea to go riding a bike with her across the street. I went out and she zoomed down the road like some sort of road runner, literally like this. Meet me! I was like, wow, I really wish I could ride my bike like that. So I picked up the pace a little bit, started pedaling a little bit faster, and as soon as I did that I knew I had made the wrong decision. I fell flat on my face. I scraped this entire part of my face and this was all flesh, and I was like, oh my god, what have I done? And I ran home and I was like, Mum. She went and got me a flannel and we had to go into A&E, and I had like a black eye for a week and they thought my little finger was broken. Luckily it wasn't. It was very embarrassing going to school because I had this huge scab and everyone would just stare at me and I'd just be picking it just to have it, okay? My first pet was a family, it's not my pet, but it's a family pet, and his name was Bassie, and he was a dog. He's a Springer Spaniel, an English Springer Spaniel. He used to steal my toys, like my plastic trains and all my teddies. He used to steal them, and I used to go looking for him, telling him off. I used to try and pull it out of his mouth, and then until he started growling at me and it would just make me cry. Most of my toys got ruined, so thanks Bassie if you're up there. Also, I remember I found a dummy. Yes, I found a dummy. And my mum and dad never raised me on dummies, so I was always really curious as to what dummies were. I named it my dummy. I hadn't a clue who else had had that dummy in their mouth. Really disgusting, I know, but I was too young to tell the difference. And I used to stick it into my dog's mouth, into my dog's gob, wet drooly gob. I used to make him suck it, and then guess what? To make things 10 times more disgusting, I'd take the dummy back and stick it in my mouth. Ugh! I dread to think about all the bacteria. In my defence, apparently a dog's mouth is one of the cleanest things. He's probably looking down at me right now like, how very dare you. It's a bit creepy. My first trip abroad. I'd never been abroad obviously, and I was really excited. Everyone else that I knew used to go abroad with their parents, you know, but my parents have never been able to afford it. We've always had UK holidays. It was a school trip and it was to France, and I was in secondary school. I can't remember how old I was, must have been like 12, 13 years old. I remember I dated a boy for a day. His name was Lewis. It was probably one of the most pointless relationships ever. I actually think he liked my best friend a bit more than he liked me. And I don't blame him. I also remember having money stolen from my purse. I think I know exactly who that person was, and you should be ashamed. She made it pretty obvious though. I also remember on that day somebody was sick in their breakfast and it completely put me off French food. So yeah, that was my first trip abroad. Probably wasn't what I was expecting, but hey ho, that's how it goes. My first upside down ride, and I used to be petrified of them. I always used to thought something bad would happen, it would come off the rails, or your seat would come undone, or someone wouldn't check your seat properly and you'd just be sat there like, hey, come check my seat. I just thought I'd die, which isn't the case. Me and my friend went to our local fair that happens every October I think, and they have plenty of upside down rides. She knew about my fear. She'll be watching this now and she'll probably be laughing. She decided to buy me tickets to go on this particular ride that I particularly didn't like and I particularly didn't want to go on without me knowing about it. So she'd gone and bought the tickets and then told me that she'd bought these tickets. She handed me the ticket. I was like, oh my god, what have you done? It was like ruined my life. She pushed me on when it was next to go and I was absolutely scared. I was peeing my pants, to put it frankly. Went on it and I just thought, what was I ever scared of? Ever since that day, I love rides and, you know, I always try and persuade anyone that won't go on a ride to go on it because I think you're missing out. You're missing out, people, you're missing out. So if you are scared of rides, just find it somewhere in yourself to try it, to at least try it once. And if you don't like it the first time, then you don't have to do it again. But overcome your fear and don't say you can't, because I did and I was just as scared as you. My first time meeting Sean, and if you don't know who Sean is, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, he doesn't have a blog, he's my boyfriend. I met Sean through my best friend's boyfriend's family. It just happened one day. I went round there with my friend. I went into his room and I was like, oh my god, he's so hot. He's so hot. He's hotter than a hairdryer. I remember thinking, oh, there's no point in getting your hopes up, Amy. You're like 15 years old. He was like 19, 20. So yes, people might find it a bit wrong, but it's not wrong anymore because I'm 18 now. It was an on-off relationship. You could tell he wasn't very happy. And I just wanted to cheer him up a bit, so I decided to become his friend. But then obviously I couldn't hold back my feelings and, you know, a lot of horrible stuff went on. Shortly after they split up, we got together and we've been boyfriend and girlfriend for over 2 years. Going good, it's going good. I guess everybody likes a bad boy. Now girls, you can't lie to me, I know you do. But he's lovely really, so I'm glad I met him. My first celebrity crush was never really a girly girl. I never really had a celebrity crush. So I'm not sure if this counts. It's probably overstepping the weird mark because they weren't actually human. It was actually from a program that I used to watch when I was a kid called Biker Mice from Mars, and if you know what that is, fair play to you because it's a bloody good show. It's basically a TV show with 3 mice, or rats or whatever, rodents, 3 rodents portrayed as like with human characteristics, and they can ride motorbikes and, you know, they got big muscles, and I just thought I was so attractive. I never knew any different, and they had really, really deep voices, and I just thought, whoa, I really like them. I used to fancy a rat. I used to fancy mice. Is that bad? So I guess I fancied the people that did the voices. I don't really know how it works. Bestiality, Amy, bestiality. My first beauty mistake that I can remember is the Dream Matte Mousse foundation by Maybelline. It was very popular back when I was in secondary school, and when you were getting older, all the popular girls were wearing it, and I just thought I better start getting some makeup and building up my makeup bag so I fit in. I looked like a what's it. It was completely the wrong texture for my skin type. I had no idea what skin type was. I just thought you bought makeup and you slapped it on your face and you're bloody beautiful. That's not the way it works. I was completely oblivious to this fact until I started college really, and I stopped using it, and then I started researching properly about makeup. So that's my beauty mistake. I made plenty more. I dread to think what I look like. Yeah. My first actual alcoholic beverage was when I was in secondary school, And you know how parents keep like a cupboard of alcohol and they think that you don't know it where it is, but you do. You do. You find yourself rummaging in there one day because out of curiosity. I was very curious. I found a bottle of Smirnoff and I had no idea what Smirnoff was. So without knowing, I got a cup about that big, a decent sized cup, and I filled it almost all the way to the top. And I thought, you know, alcohol would taste nice. Took a big fat gulp and my mouth, oh my god, I can't even describe it. I was like, because my mouth was just burning. I stayed away from Smirnoff for quite some time. And I don't really think I like vodka that much, to be honest. I've never drank it since. I just don't see why I'd want to burn your throat, really. I like doing this in a very American-y accent. My first music I bought. If I can remember all the words and memorise all the words from all the Spice Girls songs, I have a bit of a Spice Girl fetish. I've got to calm myself down now. I just remember that one, What You Really Really Want. And I also like Viva Forever. It was like, because it had fairies, like cartoon fairies in the video. And it was so soothing and slow. I used to just stand there and be like this. Viva forever, I'll be waiting, everlasting, like the sun. I had to buy their CD and I had lots of jewellery with them on it and I had just all sorts of stuff. I thought they were so cool, they were so fashionable. I just love them. My favourite, by the way, was Baby Spice. I thought she was so cute, you just want to grab her cheeks and go brrr. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has a Spice Girl fetish. I mean, come on girls, who wants them to get back together? Because I am one of those people. I would be totally in support of that. Like this video if you want Spice Girls to get back together. I hope you enjoyed my first time video. I quite like these chatty videos. And if you didn't like it, you don't have to comment, you don't have to thumbs up. You can just, you know, go on with your daily life. I'm just doing this because it's fun and I enjoy it. And I encourage anyone that wants to make a YouTube channel to do it. What have you got to lose? What is the worst that can happen to you? You'll get nasty comments, you'll get people looking at you weird, but I think the positives of starting a YouTube channel outweigh the negatives. Here's the positives and here's the negatives. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go and eat my dinner because I got a nice yummy salad. Please comment, rate, subscribe and all that shizzums, and I'll see you next week. So cheerio!